So today I am going to map out all of the electrical circuits in the cabin in wool. I'm not an electrician, I've only got very basic electrical skills, and I've got an electrician coming tomorrow, and the plan is that I'm going to put in all the cables, which will then allow me to move forward and get on and put the plasterboard up. And then afterwards he's going to come and wire in the fuse board. So I've been reading as much as I can. The books that I read when I was away are really helpful for plumbing and electricity. Bearing in mind it's all got to be in the French rules, which are different to the UK rules. I'm sure it's different again to American rules. I have a hard time visualising things when it's not in a 3D environment. And when you're taking your plan and then you're putting it into action, you quickly find that there's a wall or a beam or something that you've got to get around. And I think it would be much better for me to be able to put this up and then have a really physical conversation with the electrician tomorrow in order for him to then resolve any slight niggles that I've got. I think if I wait and we just look at it on a plan together, when I start putting the cables up, I'm going to find there's all sorts of things I hadn't thought about. I'm just going to stick this round with some tape. These I'm going to use to mark light switches, junction boxes, plug sockets, and I'm going to put some spotlights, so they're going to mark where the spotlights are going to go, and then I'm going to connect it all together with this, running my lines back to my imaginary fuse box, which is on the wall there. That's going to help me identify for sure how many lines I need. Yesterday I did exactly the same thing for the plumbing, so I have run my hot and cold water pipes in red and blue wool. I've got a really great plumber. He's happy for me to put the pipes in place. I'm probably going to try and make the connections myself. It's just helping me actually identify how much length of pipe I need to buy, how many junctions I need, whether I need a T-junction or a corner junction. I think it's going to really help me for electricity and plumbing to work out the materials. So yeah, let's try and get on and do that and see. Right, the electrician's been, and it's not good news. Basically, he said that although he understands why I've done it the way I've done it, there are numerous ways that we can improve on it and avoid so many cables. Basically, I have made circuits where I've got a point of energy coming in, and then I've got a light and I've got a switch, and then various connections between them. And he's saying essentially that means you've got loads of different lighting circuits, for example, and actually we can just run on one or two lighting circuits. But that involves a lot more knowledge that I just don't have. So I'm a bit disappointed, but I am going to bow to his expertise. It's got to be right. There's no point in doing something that isn't right. And although what I've done isn't officially wrong, he's just saying, look, you're just going to end up with cables absolutely everywhere and you just don't need it. You're overcomplicating it. So we've agreed that we're going to do it together. Basically, I'm going to buy the cables, we're going to run the light circuits, then I can plasterboard the ceiling, and then we're going to run the circuits in the wall. He said it's about a couple of hours work to run the cables for the ceiling so that I can then plasterboard the ceiling. It's not quite what I had anticipated. The good news is it's an absolutely spectacular morning here. When I arrived it was -9, it's now about -7. It's really, really beautiful. So I'm just going to relax and have a coffee, and yeah, then I've got to go to work. So I've got my electrical cables, two sorts of cables, but I don't have an electrician. And I have to admit I'm feeling extremely frustrated because I've actually got the time right now to be doing this. I'm going to do the only thing that I can do, which is finish sticking down the vapour barrier. The electrician came this morning and we put the cables in the ceiling. So the next step is I need to cover this with more of this vapour barrier. That is my plasterboard going to the cabin.
C'est pas celle-là, celle-là.
Okay.
Bon bah tu peux l'emmener là-bas, on la recoupera là-bas sur place. Alors ça et ça et ça. Alors 4. Bon.
Oui, c'est bon. Vis.
Je me dépêche.
Vis le... Là.
Ouais, mais sur le rail, comme tu veux.
Là
mais là plutôt. Mais là, oui, ta main là. À côté de celle-là, ouais. Voilà.
Là.
Ouais, c'est bon. Appuyez, hein, elles vont pas bien tes vis. Hein. Hop. Bon.
Ah,
ça c'est pas bon.
True.
Non, bah ça va aller. De toute façon, il faudra qu'on la renlève celle-là. Hein.
Right, okay.
tout petit peu sur... Ouais, c'est bon.
Okay.
C'est bon.
Wait. Well, it feels like we've made some really good progress. Most of the planning is done now, and actually it's taken quite a lot of time, although there's no visible result to show right now. Pretty much everything in terms of the inside fit out is decided. You have to decide all of those things in order to be able to do the plumbing and electricity. I've chosen most of my fittings, flooring, the gas water heater for example. There's tons of different models and I've picked one now, so yeah, I feel like things are going to move forward a little bit more quickly now. I really hope you enjoyed this video and that you enjoyed spending time with me here. I would really love to hear about your projects, your ideas, whether you have a concrete project that you're working on right now or whether you've got an idea of something you'd like to do in the future. I'd love to hear from you. I really also enjoy knowing where you are in the world. So people sharing their location is really interesting, and whether you were in the States or in the UK or a couple of people watching that are in Scandinavia. One of the main reasons why I wanted to film my progress here was to have contact with other people that are passionate about doing the same thing, and whether that is a physical passion that you are working on right now or whether it's something you would like to do or you just enjoy watching. I'd love to hear from you, so drop me a note and say hi in the comments, and if you haven't yet subscribed, please do, because the inside is going to take shape quite rapidly now over the next 2 to 3 months, and I'll be putting regular video updates out. If you hit the bell, you'll get a heads up whenever there's a new video out. And in the meantime, I'm just going to relax here, enjoy this blissful sun, end of January, and the start of the month, so freezing and cold, and this is just paradise. I really hope to see you again soon.